Welcome back. We're here with Tyler Thompson, who is the president of SGA. I guess my next question for you is going to be, what are the SGA meetings made up of? A typical meeting. I don't know if they vary or not.
Sure. Usually we have committee meetings starting between 6 and 6:45. The committees discuss whatever's on their agenda, and then at 7 they come in for the full Senate meetings. And we discuss anything from fees to anything that committees are discussing. We have a period for open discussion with any student who wants to come in. They can come and speak during open forum. And we just discuss bills that are coming up.
Okay, and how do they run typically? I assume that you run the meetings.
No, the vice president runs the meetings.
Vice president?
Vice president runs the meetings, and we go by Robert's Rules of Order. So it's very structured, but it's a lot of fun. We have a good time when we're doing it, and the voting is interesting to always watch and see how people vote and the discussion that takes place before that.
So what is the job of the president?
During the meetings, I sit there and look pretty.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot to do during the meetings. During the actual work week, I do everything from representing students in committee meetings across campus. I set up meetings with administrators, basically ensuring that students have what they need to succeed here.
Okay. And I guess I am going to put a little plug in here for KFHS. The meetings are live at 7 p.m. on Thursday nights here, on KFHS. I guess could you give us some examples from your last meeting?
Yeah, sure. Last meeting we discussed a diversity affairs fee. Basically we have a diversity position that has no operating budget. So we've got a person down there who every time he wants to run a program, he has to scrape around and try and find money. And he came to us with a proposal for $40,000 a year. It's a 40-cent per credit hour fee to have programming and have a set operating budget. And we had about an hour and a half discussion on that and ended up passing it. It'll be going to a student referendum here in the next 2 weeks for the students to vote on.
Okay, so how do students become involved with SGA?
There's two ways. Basically, if there's an open Senate seat, they can fill out an application in our office anytime. They're then interviewed by Student Affairs, Senate Affairs Committee, excuse me, and Senate Affairs decides whether to recommend them for placement on the Senate. The other way is to be elected in April. They fill out an intent to run form in March. The elections are held usually about the first week in April, and then that's for the following year.
Okay, so right now, end of November, there probably aren't a whole lot of Senate seats available.
There are a few. Health has a lot. Anything from HHP, nursing. There are always a lot of seats open because there's a lot of students there.
Okay, so typically it runs from April to April, though?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is in the works right now for SGA?
Well, we've got a lot of stuff. Our sidewalk project is one. We're trying to improve the condition of the sidewalks east of campus. And basically, we did a little research after we had some complaints. And there are sidewalks over there that haven't been replaced or repaired since 1930. And they're in pretty bad shape, as you can imagine. 80 years of wear. That's right. They're not in good shape, and we're trying to lobby the city to do something about it. And we've had a interesting time with that. We're trying to make something happen, but we really need students to come out and help support that. We hope to give a presentation to the City Commission meeting here soon. We'll keep people posted on that. And then one other thing that our Legislative Affairs Director and I are involved in at the state level is a committee on transfer and articulation agreements. And basically what happens is, when you transfer from a community college to a four-year university, or you transfer from one four-year university to another, not all of the credits will transfer. And there are some issues there with the state paying for the same credit twice. there are cases at universities where one individual faculty member can deny a student a credit that they've taken at another university just because they feel like it's not worthy. Okay. And what we're trying to do is set up a system-wide way to approach the transfer issue, to try and make it somewhat standardized and uniform across the board, so that if you take a class at KU or K-State, you know that class is going to transfer anywhere in the system. Or if you take a class at Fort Hays, you know it's going to transfer to KU and K-State. And that's not always been the case in the past. And we learned at our first meeting, we had a 3-hour meeting in Topeka 2 weeks ago, and we learned just how messy the system is right now. Nobody really has a firm grasp on what's going on. It's our job to change that.
So this is just in the beginnings right now?
Yes,
it's still...
yeah, we just had our first meeting and we should be done by April.
Okay, and then any other projects right now that SGA's involved with or trying to get going?
We're involved with several projects. Higher Ed Day in Topeka was going to be February 8th. Fort Hays is taking the lead in planning a service project to go and read to students and try to promote the view that we're investing in education. Obviously, that's what we're trying to get the legislature to do with higher education, to keep tuition low and keep the funding going. That's really what we're trying to do to promote it. I mean, investing in education is key for this economy. So.
Absolutely. So what is your favorite part of SGA?
Working with the people. I really enjoy working with the people. We've got a lot of great students, a lot of great faculty that I work with on a daily basis, and it's really fun. We have a good time.
Well, great. And what has your experience been so far? What would you like to tell everybody watching?
It's a great experience, and you actually get to make a difference. You get to make a difference every day. And there are days where I'm in 12 hours of meetings, and it's awful, but you make progress in every one of them, and we move forward.
Well, and it sounds like, too, that you get to travel and, you know, just do a lot of stuff like that.
I've been all over the country in the last 5 weeks. It's been crazy. So.
Well, great. Well, we're going to take another commercial break, and we'll be right back.
The FHSU Informatics Department continues to prepare students for life after college. With a degree in media studies, you can be world-ready in the fast-paced industry of television and radio production. And forward thinkers with a computer networking degree will be able to provide secure networks to clients. Or how about an emphasis in web development, where you'll be world-ready to provide impressive web pages to the customer. With a degree in MIS, you will be prepared to use technology to solve business solutions. With a degree from the Informatics Department, how could you go wrong? FHSU Department of Informatics. Forward thinking, world ready.
What is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is defined as the action of unwelcome sexual advances, the request or allusion to sexual favors, as well as any verbal or physical actions of a sexual nature. Sexual harassment is really no laughing matter. You can lose your job or even face prosecution. Be smart and keep things polite in the workplace. Your coworkers will thank you for it.